Narayana, the Supreme Lord. And based on that instruction, Dhruva Maharaj has left to the forest. And he is ready to practice whatever tapasya needed to meet with the Lord. Tell him about this. And get what he needs, both revenge and appeasement. So he has gone to the forest, very young boy, powerful Kshatriya spirit, and he is ready to practice any type of austerity to get to see Krishna. And there Narada Muni is meeting with Dhruva Maharaj, the young boy, and he is being told, don't worry, it's okay, you're a small boy, these things happen once in a while. You don't try to do all this Ghora Tapasya everything. Please go home, it will become all right. You must be tolerant, you must be patient, you must be like that, you must be like this. Nice advice he gave. And he said, don't try all this austerity and all that. Even if you try, it will take very, very long time, you cannot do it. He discouraged him. So Dhruva Maharaj gave reply saying that, sorry, I cannot take your instruction. I am Kshatriya born person and I cannot bear in my heart the hard words I have heard from my stepmother, and I am determined to do something about it. What you are saying and all that, I am sorry, I am not fit to execute. I am not so humble. I am a Kshatriya. So I don't think I can follow your instruction. So you may think that he is very impudent. We may think that he has not got humility. But what comes out very brightly is, he is very open about it. It's a very young boy. So he is not playing any tricks, he is not diplomatic. He is openly telling, no, I cannot accept it, to Narada Muni. Such an exalted person is telling him, but he is saying, sorry, I can't agree with you and I can't follow you. And Narada Muni, it's mentioned, immediately became very compassionate on the boy. Because he could see the genuine feeling of that boy. He could see this person as a genuine Kshatriya spirit. Right? So, I must change my instruction. And he changed his instruction. He said, okay, what powerful spirit you have as a Kshatriya. He appreciated that. Tell him, okay, go ahead and do this. And gave him initiation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, he asked him to chant. And he told him all the sadhana principles. And he said, you will be able to see Narayana if you follow this. And he did it. And he was successful. So that story we know. But the point here is that the boy is very frankly telling what is in his heart. This is why these things are very good. I keep up my word. I want to be determined. The Kshatriya spirit is also very important. We should not think that, oh, that is for Kshatriyas, I am a Brahmana. I got initiated. And I need to think like a Brahmana. People get very confused about what to do, what not to do. Actually, we need all types of spirit in Kali Yuga. It's not that somebody is Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra or anything. Please move up. Otherwise everybody will sit on the floor. It is not about that. It's about what comes out very solidly. One is things to say, he's a Kshatriya. The other thing to talk about is determination. If you put it in terms of determination, He's very determined. If you look in terms of determination, in Bhagavad Gita, you will see this is sattvic determination. Can you open up Bhagavad Gita and see 3 types of determination? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Krishna explains. Most probably these are characteristics of a person who is determined very solidly, without disturbance. So, you will see that to be determined to achieve the darshan of Krishna is not about being Kshatriya, it's not about being Vaishya, Shudra. Every one of us should have that. In terms of determination to achieve Krishna. That means according to this statement, only a Kshatriya can achieve Krishna because he'll have determination. That's also not correct conclusion. Right? So, what is correct conclusion is, he is a Kshatriya who cannot tolerate harsh words that are not dharmic at all. Harsh words that are dharmic and good for your Krishna consciousness, that's not the point here. The point here is harsh words that are adharmic. Harsh words that are meant to actually hurt you. That is different. But if there are harsh words meant to make you Krishna conscious, that is very good for you. If you are hurt by that, it's because your false ego is responding to that. This Dhruva Maharaj is such a person who, if Narada Muni had told him, shut up and meditate on Krishna, he would have done it. He would have done it. So, it's not about, you should exactly understand correctly. Determination to achieve Krishna is always good, whether it is Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, Brahmana. But if you're a Brahmana and don't have determination to achieve Krishna, it's very bad. It's very bad. A Brahmana who is scolded harsh words, he'll humbly tolerate it and keep quiet. That's what Dhruva Maharaj is saying. I am not a Brahmana to just keep quiet, tolerate patiently and keep quiet. That thing is not there in me. So in other words, his Kshatriya spirit comes in line with his Krishna consciousness. Because of his Kshatriya spirit is achieving Krishna. So what's wrong? Similarly, in your Brahmana spirit, you can be very tolerant and you can be humble, but you're very determined about your Krishna consciousness. That also should be understood. It's not that Prabhupada saying here, it does not mean that if he's not a Kshatriya, he's a Brahmana. No, he's not. He's not. It's not the point. The point is that even though Americans are Shudras, they become determined to execute Krishna consciousness. So they'll surpass everything and achieve it. So Krishna consciousness is not about being Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya and all that. Anybody can achieve it. That should be understood very carefully. The second point is harsh words that are hurting you. And it is mentioned here like arrows left from a bow. Natata tapyate viddaha puman banaistu marmagai yata tudvanti asataha. See, I forget that sloka. What is that sloka? Natata tapyate viddaha puman banaistu marmagai hi asatam paurusheshavaha. The harsh words that come out of some people's mouth, uncivilized, the harsh words that come out of natata tapyate vidya, cannot tolerate. Puman banais tu marmagai, it comes out like an arrow and reaches your heart deep inside. An ordinary arrow will not be able to hurt you so much physically. But harsh words can hurt you much more than a physical arrow. Natata tapyate viddaha puman bhanaistu marmagai yata tuddanti marmasta ki asatam paurisheshavaha. Can you read that translation?
Sharp arrows which pierce one's chest and reach the heart do not cause as much suffering as arrows of harsh, insulting words that become lodged within the heart when spoken by uncivilized men.
When spoken by uncivilized men. According to the Suruchi, is uncivilized. To take a small boy like that and talk to him like that. You should be treating him like your son. Treat him like a son. Instead, she became envious and said some things which were so harsh. So, according to the Bhagavatam itself, Suruchi has been uncivilized. And the response from a Kshatriya for an uncivilized, adharmic comment, so I'll take revenge on you. So he also becomes very determined. A Kshatriya spirit, determination. I will make sure that I do this. And so nice that I'll make sure that I seek Narayana and ask him about it. And what is his determination? He's saying that what is it? He's telling, I want to occupy a position that is greater than Brahma. Yeah, here. Padam tri bhuvanot krishtam jigishoho sadhu vartame bruhi asmat pitrabhir brahman anyer api anadishtitam. O learned Brahmana, I want to occupy a position more exalted than any yet achieved within the three worlds by anyone, even by my fathers and grandfathers. If you will oblige, kindly advise me of an honest path to follow by which I can achieve the goal of my life. He's telling Narada Muni directly, you want to surpass even my father. What? His throne is nothing. I want to get a greater throne than that. This is the spirit of a Kshatriya. Same way you will see many great stories of Kshatriya spirit. We see a lot of stories in the Mahabharata. Kshatriya spirit, in Mahabharata you will see Jayadratha. Krishna kills Jayadratha on the battlefield. It's an amazing happening. Jayadratha actually is always envious of the Pandavas. And he was eyeing Draupadi constantly. She was an extremely beautiful lady. So one day when she went to take water, he actually attacked her and tried to take her away in the chariot. He bundled her up and she was screaming. And he just took her in the chariot. He just can't control his lust. She's a married lady. And then Bhima and Arjuna come to know about it. I think through Narada Muni or somebody. And Bhima becomes furious. He's waiting. My gosh, let me get my hands on Jayadratha. And he started running. And Arjuna released arrows on the Ratham. They went behind a Rati and broke the Rath. And he fell down and Bhima and Arjuna, if you go against them, you had it. So he was so lusty, he didn't even think about what will happen to me if Bhima and Arjuna come to know about it. Because many people were lusty after Draupadi, but they knew that Pandavas, better don't face, so keep quiet, better control my lust than die. They didn't take a chance. But this Jayadratha was very foolish. He went and did this. That's it. They both caught hold of him and bound him up and dragged him to Yudhishthira. Put him in front. Let's kill this fellow. I just want to report to you. And Yudhishthira, he said that I cannot say anything. Draupadi should say. She is the one who is the affected party. Draupadi looked at him for a long time and said, let him go. Because Jayadratha is our distant relative. If you kill him, imagine what his wife will be like. She'll be a widow. I don't want her to suffer this. So that she is such a great Vaishnavi, great devotee. So he'll say, let her go. She will say, let her go. And then Bhima and Arjuna become furious. What? He has, tried to molest you. Try to take you away. This fellow deserves death as per dharma, punishment. So they discussed this and they said, we'll insult him in such a way that he's as good as dead or worse than death. So they'll do all sorts of funny things to him, shave him up here, there and all that. But nowadays if you say this is a punishment, they'll say, what? Because you can see many people like this on the road, one side shaven, one mush like this, beard like this and all that. It's a fashion. What punishment was given to Jayadratha is a fashion. They should open saloons called Jayadrat. Special saloon, Jayadrat saloons. One side mush shaved, only one side mush. Beard half shaved, head half shaved like this. Alternating like this. And they had to put different color on it. You look multicolored. Anyway, they insulted him and Jayadrat was furious. He said, better you kill me. He said, no, this is better. So they did this to him. So he was very angry. He said, wait, I'll get you guys. That type of feeling. So in the war, they all killed Abhimanyu together. You know the Chakavyuha story. Abhimanyu got inside, didn't know how to get out. And all of them mercilessly killed him. Jayadrat was one of the main persons who did the facility and helped a lot. And hearing about that, Jayadrat kept Arjuna very busy so that he will not be able to go inside. Many things they did, all planned together. Abhimanyu died, so Arjuna was furious. My son, such a brave, such a wonderful Kshatriya. These people killed like this. So he is also a Kshatriya. He vowed, tomorrow before sunset, I will kill you. I will kill Jayadratha. He publicly announced it. And he said, tomorrow, this fellow is a main cause. I will get him. So Jayadrat, this envy and hatred and jealousy and Kshatriya spirit all combined together. Jayadrat was insulted, so he was very happy that Abhimanyu was killed. Arjuna hearing that is feeling even more enraged. So he promised that, my son, I'll get you tomorrow. Definitely you'll die by sunset. He took a vow. And next day, the Kauravas planned, we should somehow, because Arjuna had said, if I don't get you and if you don't die, I will kill myself. I will burn myself. He gave this vow also, very deadly vows, Kshatriya's take. It's like Dhruva Maharaj, so small, I'm not going back to the house. I am going to see Narayana and I am going to get what I want. Forget going home. This is Kshatriya spirit. I get to do what I am supposed to do. Prabhupada had a lot of that type of spirit. To go to the West when he was 70 years old and do what is supposed to be done. So, of course, it's a transcendental thing. Arjuna, the next day they put Jayadratha very far away. Like a whole sea of army he has to fight the soldiers before he gets to Jayadratha. Right? So it seemed almost impossible. But Arjuna was very busy fighting so many powerful soldiers in order to get to Jayadratha. They said by the time he gets Jayadratha, it will be sunset. So many people they put in the front and powerful fighters. So Arjuna was fighting. It didn't happen. The time became very late. And then boom, sun got completely covered, setting. So everybody started, wow, jumping. He's not even halfway through. They became very happy. Arjuna was finished, Kshatriyas, better to die. And he piled up wood and he jumped down and he was ready to shoot his arrow into the wood and catch fire and burn. To see that, Jayadratha came. Jayadratha came all the way from there. Anyway, he's going to die, and he was happy. And he said, I've come here to see you die. To see you burn is a very interesting opportunity. I should not miss that. So I've come to see you. So you're a wonderful Kshatriya, but that much I must tell you. You're keeping up your vow that you will die. You're a wonderful Kshatriya. In this way, he was teasing him, and he was clapping, he was laughing. And everybody was watching that Arjuna is going to enter the burning pyre. When Arjuna was determined to do it, I gave word, I must do it. So these are all Kshatriya stories. You must see, keeping up your word. It's not foolish. Say, hey, what, you're dying. Nowadays they'll think, what's the use of keeping up your word? You'll lose so much wonderful sense gratification, everything. Useless, don't keep up your word, it's not worth it. Better enjoy. Completely different. Kshatriya spirit now is not all there. So he was getting ready. Amazingly, what happened? Boom! Suddenly the clouds disappeared and the sun came. It was not fully sunset. Krishna looked at Arjuna, he was watching him all the time. And he said, I just covered the whole sun with my Sudarshan, so that this rascal will come here. So that Jayadratha will come here. I know he will come. Now Arjuna, take that same arrow, kill this fellow. And got insulted. After he got insulted by the Pandavas, he will do penance. Ghora tapasya he will do. And he will pray to Shiva. And Shiva will ask him, what do you want? I want to kill the Pandavas. He said, that's not possible. Simply not possible, because Krishna is protecting them. Even if I give you any boon, it will not happen. So ask me something else. So the boon he got was that I will not die by the Pandavas. But Lord Shiva will say, okay, but if your father puts your head down, then you'll have to die. Shiva gave some vague boon. If your father puts your head down, means he actually kills you and puts your head down, then you'll have to die. He laughed and said, what? He's saying, why my father will kill me? Forget it. And he went ahead, got a boon. She was very confident the Pandavas cannot kill me. That's why he has come to see Arjuna. But you see, all these things happen, but Krishna engineers it. Krishna told Arjuna, his father, no, is doing tapasya here. You send this head there. So Arjuna shot such an arrow, it cut him. It took the head like that on the arrow and went and landed. Father was offering oblations to Lord Shiva. He went and fell on his head. Ah! He threw it down. He died. Jayadratha died. Fell on his hand and died. The only way that he can die is his father should take his head and put it down. So give the head in the hand. Who can do this? Only Krishna can do this. It's so amazing that impossible for anybody to do this. Krishna can do this. Why? Arjuna is also very determined. He is very determined. You can imagine how everybody would have felt there. My gosh, these fellows will win under any circumstances. Their whole spirit went down when Jayadratha died. How much we guarded him, protected him. If Krishna is on that side, it's impossible for us to win. It is proof of the fact that since Krishna is on their side, they will always win. And since Krishna is on our side, I can execute any vrata. And since I take a word, Kaunteya pratijana hi name bhakta pranashyati. If my bhakta gives a word, he will always be successful, because I will protect. In the same way, Dhruva Maharaj was determined. And he was a wonderful devotee. His mother was a wonderful devotee, Suniti. And she had advised him very correctly. There's no use me doing anything, you doing anything, anybody doing anything. The only person who can do something is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, you will see that Krishna came to benedict Dhruva Maharaj and give him exactly what he wanted. So you can be determined in Krishna consciousness. You can be determined to achieve something for Krishna. Although there will be tremendous amount of difficulties, since you are determined to achieve it for Krishna, you will become an instrument. That is what we see in Prabhupada's life. A 70-year-old man going to the Western world and making the whole world Krishna conscious. Determination. First thing, the Kshatriya spirit. Second thing, harsh words. And then determination. You see, it's not that Dhruva Maharaj is very tolerant to harsh words. He did not go and take a sword and cut off his stepmother and all that. Nothing like a Kshatriya he did. Kshatriyas are noble. Within the dharmic boundaries only he acted. I can only do one thing. My mother told me I can pray to Krishna. I'll do that. He did that. What is possible for you to do within your situation and circumstance, in Krishna conscious way, do that. Do that. And in that lies your victory. So it is not that everything is closed for a devotee. In the material world always, constantly there is opposition to Krishna consciousness. You know, Prabhupada, I was reading that story written by Giriraj Swami. I will build you a temple, it is called. And Prabhupada's whole amazing story, what all he went through to build that Bombay temple. Today if we go, we can see a very prosperous temple. But a lot of difficulty went behind that to build it. It's such a historical place. It's so great history that you will see. In that place, life members and all came together and helped. They demolished the temporary structure where Radha Rasbihari is standing. And there was a Mataji from America, I think. She was taking care of the deities, dressing, stitching dresses, putting garlands, everything. She was dragged by the police. Her hair was dragged and her hand was dragged. She decided not to go. She held on to the pipe, the structure's pipe, and they pulled her out. They dragged her. And everybody, many people were watching around. Some of them were laughing. These are Western people. And they said something like this. So many of them did not help. The police and the gundas and other people were demolishing the whole thing. They demolished. And all of them were fighting and they were thrown inside the van and tied up, their hands tied up, and they were taken. Such a horrible thing. Such a horrible thing was happening. And then finally, when they were just taking out Radha Rasbihari's just that puja thing, small thing, cabin they have, at that time a call came and said, don't do it. So they stopped because some other people were asked to interfere it and it was stopped. But Prabhupada is saying, because that was rebuilt, when it was being rebuilt, there was a wonderful life member called Sethi. Even now everybody remembers him. I think he was that real estate man. He is a Kshatriya. He fought in the freedom movement. And so he stood there and he said, come on, build. He bought his laborers and everybody and he was building. And when the gundas and all of them came, you better stop, otherwise we'll do. He said, what will you do? You do what you want to do, I'll also do. Let's fight. He told, And Prabhupada praised him. He told that, I'll fight. He said, okay, fight. Then he told his son, bring my revolver. Brought his big gun and kept next to him. And he said, come to fight. I have got. And he told his son also, hold one revolver in your hand. And he told, let the construction to go. And that Sethi said, if we have to fight, we have to fight. And Prabhupada said, very good. He said, he has done the right thing. Where it is necessary to fight, you must fight. You must be determined. Even if necessary, we will fight for building this temple. We should fight. We should do everything necessary. You not be weak people, no. Oh, this happened, therefore I am not able to do this. He lifted his finger and pointed at me, so I am not going. I am not. Very weak. Very weak. Any small reason, we won't do. But you look at this, facing death. And he's not he's just a nice businessman. He's ready to fight. So, Dhruva Maharaj's determination and his desire to achieve Krishna, very important to know that we should not give up. Somebody said harsh words, so I'll do something better than just sitting on the throne. That is his determination. You said I should not sit on the throne, I'll do something better than that. I'll sit on a much higher throne, and this throne will be under me. I'll be the controller of this throne. I'll occupy a much higher position. That was his determination. So in the material world, when Maya attacks you, you should do double service for Krishna. Be determined to do, I'll do more than this. I'll do more than this. Krishna helps such a person to do it. When you have that type of a spirit, I am not going to get cowed down because of this particular thing. I am actually going to become more determined to fight and establish. So preaching means you will have to fight, Prabhupada said. Preaching means you have to fight. If you want to become Krishna conscious, you'll have to fight with material nature. Prabhupada called it, when you have become a devotee, you have declared war on Maya. Right? These are very important things. The spirit of determination of Dhruva Maharaj, very important for us to note. You cannot dismiss it as just a Kshatriya spirit and think that I am not a Kshatriya. No, you very well must have that spirit. You don't have to get up and fight. Dhruva Maharaj, you can never see him actually violent here. Later maybe you will see. But he is determined. He is determined. Sense gratification lowers your determination. When you engage materially in this material world in sense gratification, it weakens your determination. You will become weaker in your determination in Krishna consciousness. That's very amazing. But the more you are taking tapasya and austerity and performing with determination, the stronger you will become in your determination. It will build. It will build. So these are some important points that we can speak about: Kshatriya spirit, Shudra spirit, Brahmana spirit, Vaishya spirit. All these spirits are required in the Krishna consciousness movement for us to spread Krishna consciousness. Very important for us to note. And there are a lot of lessons that we can learn from Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. This is one, that how harsh words can become an impetus for achieving the goal of life. How Dhruva Maharaj utilized it to actually see Krishna. The hurt in his heart actually gave him darshan of Krishna. See how even a bad experience for you can actually turn out to be most beneficial to you. It depends on how you turn it around. Depends on how you turn it around. For a Krishna conscious person, anything that happens to him, he can turn it around to get Krishna conscious benefit. Good or bad. It doesn't matter. Both he knows how to utilize it for establishing Krishna consciousness for him more firmly. These are the wonderful lessons we can hear from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Tat Sat Karajraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Any question or comment? Any question or comment? Yeah.
Prabhupada's life, sometimes we see that Prabhupada is determined in his decision. Sometimes we see that he changes his decisions immediately. Because Prabhupada is a realized soul. But in our life, sometimes we make a decision and we get confused whether to be determined on this or whether to change. How should we...
You said Prabhupada changed his decision.
Sometimes, in some decisions he changed Maharaj, in some places.
So what if he changed the decision?
So, how should we know that in our life when we make a decision, should we be determined in this or should I make
Should follow your mentor, your authority. If it is something organizational, then you should take the word of experience. If it is something to do with your personal life, then a lot of your thing will be involved. Nobody will tell you, therefore you do this. Therefore you get married to this girl. Don't marry to that girl. That is foolish. Nobody will give you that type of intimate advice. Right? Except if it's your parent or something. So certain things you have to decide yourself. Certain things say material in the material world, what is a good way of getting benefit and all that. We need material advice. So there's nothing wrong in asking somebody and getting that advice. Why should you struggle alone? So material things, many things are available in this world. So many consultancies are available. If you just Google, you'll get 10 guys telling you what to do. Free also, they'll tell you. So that you get plenty. So if necessary, you change the decision accordingly. The thing is not about decisions. The thing you must know is what you want. Whether you're getting what you want. Accordingly, we should change decision. We may not want what everybody is normally wanting. You may want something different. And you need it. So, according to that, you must take decisions. What is priority? What is of value to you? And what is the purpose? So, these are all important factors in making a decision. And sometimes those things only you will know best because it is your decision, just your private life. If it is something to do with this and that, you can take advice, but the decision is yours. But if it's something organizational, definitely somebody above you will make the decision and tell you, do this. And you can give your input, you can give your this thing, that thing. But in spite of that, if somebody says so, just execute it. It's organizational. Somebody else maybe wants something in a particular way, I'm here to do it. Right? So you should know what it is, what type of decision, what bearing it has. Like that you should take a proper understanding and take a decision. Various things you'll have to decide upon. Personal matters, organizational matters, social matters, family matters. You cannot say that I don't know how to take a decision. Then you must get to know. You must get to know, you must learn, you must consult, but finally you have to take a decision. Om Tat Sat. Any other question or comment? What? Okay, what's it?
From Srinivas Krishnan. What precautions we should take and be conscious to have an unwavering determination?
For an unwavering determination, Sattvika determination is described in Bhagavad Gita. Did you take it out? That is described in Bhagavad Gita, one who is in a sattvic mode taking determination. Chapter 18.33. Can you read out? No, the shloka.
O son of Partha, the determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life and senses, is is determination in the mode of goodness.
Yes, it's exactly answer to your question. Unwavering determination. Sustained by yoga practice. Bhakti yoga. You practice nicely, chant your rounds nicely, come for Mangalarti, see the beautiful forms of the Lord, do kirtan and worship the Lord, and in this way it will be sustained by yoga practice. Determination will be sustained by yoga practice. That is in the mode of goodness. Om Tat Sat. Any other question? Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki